This is Coach Camp, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pioneer Park on the campus of Crowley's Ridge College. It is baseball at the Ridge as the Crowley's Ridge Pioneers find themselves hosting our rivals due west in the Eagles of Williams Baptist University. We welcome you into today's broadcast. The Pioneers coming into the day sitting at a 3-5 overall record, taking on the Williams Baptist Eagles, who sit at a 6-5 overall record. It is a gorgeous day at the Ridge, 67 degrees. Hard to believe that a few days ago, in fact, on my drive here from Piggott, I saw some ice still on the eaves of houses and things like that, but it is 67 degrees at the Ridge. 11-mile-an-hour wind coming in from the southwest. Not a single cloud in the sky. We're glad that you're joining us here for this day where the 6-5 Eagles take on the 3-5 Pioneers. Pioneers averaging a .261 batting mark. The Eagles .432 as a team. We're going to take a short pause. On the other side, we'll have our you will listen to our national anthem and pregame prayer, and then we will get into the starting lineups. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Emler. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise and take off your caps for our prayer and national anthem.
Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you to thank you for a beautiful day you've given us. While there's still some ice on the ground, it's a beautiful sunny day today, and we're reminded of your glory, we're reminded of your power, and we're reminded of your love for us. We thank you for allowing our friends from Williams Baptist to arrive here safely. We ask that you allow them a safe return trip back to Walnut Ridge. We ask that you be with all of our players today and let no one be injured, and let us all do everything in your name and to your glory. We thank you most of all for sending your Son, Christ, to die for the remission of all of our many sins, and for that we love you so very much. We pray all these things in his name. Amen.
And we welcome you back inside the Pioneer Park on the campus of Crowley's Ridge College. Baseball between the Pioneers and the Eagles of Williams Baptist. We'll look at the lineup for the Eagles. Isaac Williams, a 5'8 junior out of Biloxi, Mississippi, the reigning American Midwest Conference Player of the Week. He is currently sitting with 11 stolen bases, not been thrown out once has the Speedy Williams. In fact, he had 5 stolen bases in Game 1 against the Pioneers last week. Desmond Cordova, a redshirted sophomore, will bat in the 2-hole out in right field. Nick Allred, a 6'1 junior out of Portageville, Missouri, 313 average. Nicholas Jones, the catcher, 5'10 sophomore out of South Haven, Mississippi. Wyatt Ledure will be the designated hitter. 5'11 sophomore out of Benton, Missouri. Noah Everett will be in the 7th spot. The sixth spot, right fielder out of Union, Arkansas, Palmer Campbell will be in the left field. Tyler Guffey, the shortstop, 6-foot-even freshman out of Salem, Arkansas, batting .458. And Blake Simmons will be the third baseman for the Eagles of Williams Baptist, led by head coach Stephen Abernathy, as the Pioneers will send Jackson Imler to the hill to do work for the Pioneers of Crowley's Ridge. Jackson Imler currently 1 appearance this season, worked 3.1 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, just 2 of those were earned, 4 walks and 2 strikeouts for the sophomore out of Manila, Arkansas. So officially 0-0, a 5.40 ERA. Again, a beautiful day at the Ridge. Crowley's Ridge will send up Bobby Wright, will lead things off, the shortstop out of Sikeston, Missouri. Cole Sims leading the team with a .533 batting average, does the sophomore right fielder. Trey Gossett stands at the hot corner, 5'10 sophomore out of Piggott, Arkansas. Austin Gross at first base, 5'11 senior from Van Buren, Arkansas. .308 batting average for Gross. Phoenix Beal, the backstop, 5'11 junior out of Advanced, Missouri. Beal has a .357 average on the season. Tipper Lamb will be at second base for the Pioneers. .277 average for the Melbourne Arkansan. Zoe Chipman stands out in left field. The junior from Wilson, Arkansas, Matthew Parker, will be Crowley's Ridge's designated hitter. And I missed one. Garrett Wilson will be out in center field. He is in the 8th spot. So we are just about ready for baseball here at the Ridge, as we'll set the defensive lineup here momentarily, as Isaac Williams will dig in against the right-handed Jackson Imler.
Batting first, number 2, Williams.
So Isaac Williams will dig in, right-handed batter against the right-handed Imler. Imler works out of the stretch. First pitch on the way, and it is called strike 1. Always good, just talking to Coach Camp, and, throwing the first pitch strike on the first pitch of the day of a doubleheader always sets the tone well, and that's exactly what Jackson Imler did. His next pitch is going to be fouled off for strike 2. So quickly ahead is Jackson Imler. Imler does not have a windup, works out of the stretch the whole way. First pitch, 67 degrees. That one is going to be hit in the hole at shortstop. And a leadoff single for the Eagles.
Batting second, number 33, Cadora.
Which will bring up Desmond Cordova. Cordova, a right-handed batter, as he has Isaac Williams standing out at second base, or first base rather. First pitch on the way, and that's going to plunk him. So back-to-back base runners for the Eagles.
Batting third for the Eagles, number 8, Allred.
Which is going to bring up Nick Allred. Just like that, runner in scoring position for the Eagles. So Jackson Imler will now have runners on first and second. That one's going to be popped out into right center field. Is it going to get down? No. Cole Sims on the run, gets it. First pitch swinging for Nick Allred, and that goes out into right field where Cole Sims takes it. Cordova stands on first. Williams moves up to third. So one gone in the inning now. And runners are on the corners for Nicholas Jones.
Batting fourth, number 1, Jones.
So Nick Jones has 1 out, but runners on the corners. Jackson Imler readying his 6th pitch of the inning. On its way, runner on his way to second is Cordova, and Cordova's going to easily take it. No throw from Phoenix Beal. Williams stays put at first, or third rather. So now an empty bag over at first base. And that pitch was a called strike. This next one is in the dirt. Makes it a 1-1 count. Pioneers have one gone in the inning. Or rather, I should say the Eagles have one gone in the inning. So we set the defensive lineup out in left field. Zoe Chipman. Patrolling center is Garrett Wilson. Cole Sims is in right field. Jackson Imler wants the signs reset from his backstop, Phoenix Beal. The 1-1 pitch coming. The kick, the throw. That is in there for strike two, just on the outside corner. Around the diamond at third base is Trey Gossett, straddling second, and Bobby Wright playing short. Chipper Lamb at second. Austin Gross stands at first. The kick and the throw from Imler, off-speed pitch that's ripped right to Trey Gossett. Gossett looks Williams back to third, and a big ground out. Gets the second out of the inning.
Batting fifth, number 25.
So Nick Jones ripped that one to third base. Trey Gossett eyed Isaac Williams back to third base and then heaved it over to find Austin Gross. And the 5-3 putout has back-to-back outs for the Eagles. To bring up Wyatt Ledieu. Ledieu, the designated hitter for the Eagles. A 407 batting average for the sophomore out of Benton, Missouri. Left-handed hitter is Ledieu. He kicks, he throws. Big swing and a miss for strike one. So 0-1 count to Wyatt Ledieu. It's a lefty on righty matchup. Right-handed Imler against the left-handed Ledieu. Kicks and throws. That one is hit. That's going to get by Austin Gross at first. One run's going to score. Cordova on his way home. And it is a two-run single for Wyatt Ledieu out to right field. And just like that, the Eagles take a 2-0 lead. Two hits in the inning so far for the Eagles. Which will bring up Everett. First pitch to Everett is in the dirt, and that's going to be ball one. So Noah Everett, a 5'11 freshman from Union, Arkansas, batting 190. He has a runner over at first base after Ledieu drove in a pair of runs. Imler readies his pitch, eyes the runner at first. The delivery popped high in the air, but that's going to drift foul. So the count evens 1-1. So we're in the top of the first inning, just getting underway. The Eagles being spotted a 2-run lead now with a runner on first base. Ledieu taking a few steps towards second. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball did not break, almost grazed the lead elbow, but instead it's going to be ball two. So 1-2 count upcoming. Imler throws back to first. Ledieu almost was tagged out. Ledieu spun his wheels a little bit, and a good throw from Jackson Imler. Ledieu with 2 stolen bases this year. Almost thrown out, but instead he is safe at first, and Imler will retry the 2-1 pitch. That is a ball outside, making it 3-1. Pitch to Everett is hit high in the air to center field. Garrett Wilson's going to have to hurry up, but he does haul that in, and that is out number 3. But the Eagles do plate 2 runs off of 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the first inning. Due up for the Pioneers, Bobby Wright, Cole Sims, and Trey Gossett. This is Crowley's Ridge Pioneer Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as 1 pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
This is Bobby Wright. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
That same Bobby Wright will dig in to lead off the bottom of the first inning for the Pioneers of Crowley's Ridge College. Bobby Wright, ahead of the career records in several statistical categories, including running a 9-game on-base streak. First pitch to Bobby Wright is a called strike 1. Bobby Wright currently a .222 batting average for the super senior out of Sikeston, Missouri. Bobby Wright works against Ray Ochoa. That is popped high in the air, staying in play. Chasing after it is the catcher, and that's going to fall safely to the dirt. Woo, that spelled trouble, but Jones and Allred converged near the on-deck circle, but it falls harmlessly to the turf. But it is now an 0-2 count to Bobby Wright. Ray Ochoa, a 5'9 freshman out of Elsinore, Missouri. .307 batting average. He has a 2-1 overall record, including a pair of complete games. So the 0-2 pitch from Ochoa to Bobby Wright is in there for called strike 3.
Now batting second for your Pioneers, number 34, Cole Sims.
Which brings up Cole Sims, who's moved up into the order. He's now in the 2 spot for the Pioneers. He currently leads the Pioneers in the batting average category. Currently has a .533 average. Does the sophomore out of Warren, Missouri. He'll look at strike 1. So Ochoa has thrown 3 pitches. All 3 of those, or 4 pitches rather, all 4 of those have been in the zone. That one's a ball. Which evens the count at a ball and a strike. Bobby Wright led off the inning, punched out on 3 straight strikes. This pitch is going to miss outside to make it ball 2. Beautiful day at the Ridge, 67 degrees, not a single cloud in the sky. The kick, the throw from Ochoa, swung on and missed. Big cut there from Cole Sims, and he evens the count at 2-2. So we will set the defensive alignment for the Eagles out in left field. Campbell, But first, the kick and the throw. That's going to be fouled off, so the count stays 2-2. Palmer Campbell's in left field. Center fielder Isaac Williams. In right field is Noah Everett. Blake Simmons stands at third. The shortstop, Tyler Guffey, straddles second base with, well, I thought I had him, but that's going to be a swing and a miss for strike number 3.
Batting third.
We'll get to the rest of the order here momentarily. Pair of strikeouts for Ray Ochoa. As second base is Noah Everett. I had him at right field. In fact, the correct right fielder is Desmond Cordova. Noah Everett stands at second as the first pitch to Trey Gossett is outside for ball 1. And first base is Nick Allred. Catching is Nicholas Jones, and he is catching Ray Ochoa, who currently pitches to Trey Gossett with an 0-1 count, or rather 1-1 count now. Pair of strikeouts started the inning for the Pioneers. And a big swing and a miss from Trey Gossett. Currently now has a 1-2 count. Bottom of the first inning, Pioneers would like not to be struck out the side, not have their side struck out. And the count runs to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Trey Gossett working against Ray Ochoa, and Gossett will wear it. So Trey Gossett will take his way to first base. First base runner for the Pioneers to bring up Austin Gross.
40, Austin Gross.
Trey Gossett makes his way to first base. Austin Gross digs in. Pitch comes. That is in there for strike 1. Painting that outside corner. So Pioneers will have to look towards that outside corner as the pitcher's getting that. That is a swing and
Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys! I love this song! I love these nachos. I love our kickball league! Ugh! I love this guy! What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at NHTS.
This is Zoe Chipman. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network. Hack 'em Nears!
And we welcome you back to the broadcast where the Pioneers down 2-0 as Palmer Campbell will step up for the Eagles. Palmer Campbell, a .231 batting average for the junior. First pitch to the lefty, misses outside for ball 1. Top of the second inning, the Eagles plated a pair in the first. 2-run single out of Wyatt Ledure, and that's going to miss downstairs for ball 2. Palmer Campbell, 9 hits to start off this season. .393 slugging percentage, .411 on base percentage. And he is a pitch away from reaching base again as 3 straight pitches out of the zone for Jackson Imler to start off the top half of inning number 2. That is going to hit the outside corner, and that's going to be strike 1. So now a 3-1 count from Imler to Campbell. Tyler Guffey awaits in the on-deck circle. Kick and throw, hit hard out to deep right field. It's going to get into foul territory, and it was over the fence, a home run, but about 10 feet too far past the foul pole. Coliseum slipping a little bit out there on the warning track. But it is a long, but it is nothing more than strike 2. So the 3-2 count from Campbell, full count payoff pitch, just missed downstairs for ball 4.
Batting 8.
So the first walk issued by Jackson Imler. Brings up Tyler Guffey. Guffey, a cool .458 batting average in 11 games. First pitch to Guffey is in there for strike 1. Not attacking that was Guffey, the freshman out of Salem, Arkansas, standing at 6 foot even. Runner over at first base, drawing leadoff walk, was Campbell. Oh, spinning his wheels was Campbell. It goes to Gross. Gross tosses to Chipper Lamb out at second, and he is out. So Palmer Campbell gets picked off on the 1-3-6 putout. 1-3-4 putout, rather. So Campbell records the first out of the inning. So just like that, Campbell is erased. And fouling that off to make it a 0-2 count. So that's one way to, if you throw a leadoff walk, you want to quickly get him out, and it's pretty good to do so right then. Big sweeping curveball just missed upstairs. To even the count, or make the count 1-2 out of the inning.
Now batting 9th, number 21, Simmons.
Which will bring up Blake Simmons, young man out of Charleston, Missouri, a red-shirted sophomore. Third baseman for the Eagles. Imler receives the sign from Beal, and he will offer to Simmons. That's going to miss low for ball 1. Two gone in the inning. 0-1 count. Big swing and a miss from Simmons, and Imler, well, even the count at 1-1. 2 down in the inning. Blake Simmons, .389 batting average, playing in 9 of the Eagles' 11 games. Imler offers, showed bunt, and that's in there. He showed bunt, pulled it back, but it was still in the strike zone. And it's now a 1-2 count from Imler to Simmons. It would be Simmons, and up next would be the top of the order with Williams. The 1-2 pitch hit hard out to left field. That's going to be right into the glove of Zoe Chipman. And that one spelled trouble, but instead, the Eagles officially go down in order. A leadoff walk was followed by a pickoff and a pair of lineouts out to left field. So the Eagles, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We move to the home half of the second inning. Due up for the Pioneers, Phoenix Beal, Chipper Lamb, and Zoe Chipman. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Phoenix Beal, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Phoenix Beal will dig in for the Pioneers.
Number 4, Phoenix
Beal
Beal.
winning the Continental Athletic Conference Hitter of the Week last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say. And the first pitch to Beal is going to be a called strike 1. Ochoa has thrown 21 pitches. 15 of those have been in the zone. So a strike thrower is Ochoa, and that one's going to be fouled off to be strike number 2. Phoenix Beal steps up, left foot on the front of the batter's box. 0-2 pitch comes. That just misses outside to make the count 1-2. Ochoa kicks and throws. That'll be high to even the count at 2-2. Good patience there from Phoenix Beal to quickly go down in a hole 0-2. And has now fought back, and it's a 2-2 count. Ochoa kicks and offers a check swing, but it's going to be fouled off, so the count will stay at 2-2. Phoenix Beal, a .357 batting average. He has driven in 12 Pioneer runs, leading the team in that statistical category, and that will be a swing and a miss. 4th strikeout for Ray Ochoa to start this game.
Now batting, number 7, Chipper Lamb.
Which will bring up Chipper Lamb. Chipper Lamb, junior out of Melbourne, Arkansas, by way of National Park College. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Chipper Lamb currently coming into the day with a .227 batting average. Ochoa kicks and throws. Big swing, but coming up empty is Lamb. Pioneers in their home black jerseys. Black tops, white pants, green Pioneers across the chest, white piping. That misses upstairs from the baby blue clad Eagles. Baby blue jerseys, navy blue numerals with the Eagles across the chest, gray pants, and a blue cap. That miss for ball 2. Kick and the throw make it ball 3 to Chipper Lamb. Baptist catcher Nicholas Jones going out to have a quick word. Baseball activity, bottom of the 2nd inning. Pioneers trail it 2-0. 1-0 pitch, and that misses upstairs. Kick and the throw out of the windup, and that is a ball downstairs. So 3 straight pitches off the mark from Ray Ochoa to Zoe Chipman. That will in there, red light all the way as Pioneers desperately needing base runners as he will look at strike 1. Kick, throw, that is in there for strike 2. Fighting back is Ray Ochoa to make it a full count. 3 straight pitches out of the zone. And Zoe Chipman here to have something fly in his eyeball. Has to take a step back. And he'll step back in. Payoff pitch to the left fielder is fouled off. So we will stay at a full count. Three-two pitch from Ochoa on the way, and that's downstairs for ball 4. So Zoe Chipman draws a 2-out walk. Second base runner of the day for the Pioneers.
Batting 8, number 21, Garrett Wilson.
So for the second consecutive inning, the Pioneers gave up 2 quick outs, followed by a free pass. Trey Gossett was hit by a pitch in the first inning, and now Zoe Chipman draws the 2-out walk, and the first pitch to Garrett Wilson is outside for ball 1. Garrett Wilson batting .200 on the year. He'll look at strike 1 to even the count. Center fielder looks at a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, and that'll miss up and in. To make it now a 2-1 count. Kicks, throws, taking something off of that was Ochoa. And a swing and a miss will run the Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and of course, the bottom of the second inning. So Chipman over at first. The kick and the throw, the swing and the miss. And that will be the 6th strikeout of the day for Ochoa. And we'll move to the top of the third inning. Due up for Williams Baptist, Williams, Cordova, and Allred. Pioneers trail it 2-0 after 2 complete. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. They can help save lives by not having play dates. That's right. By replacing get-togethers with virtual play dates and video chats, they can help slow the evil spread of germs. And if your superheroes do go outside, make sure they continue their superhero wing by staying 6 feet away from others to protect everyone in America land. Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
I want to get back to kissing the cheeks of my grandbabies, making Sunday dinner with a house full of family and lots of laughs.
COVID-19 has changed how we live and how we feel. But now, there are vaccines. And they are the very first step that let us get back to what we miss most. It's okay to have questions.
Is it safe?
Should I wait? Now, get the facts. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is Jackson Imler. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Welcome back to baseball activity. Top of the third inning. Pioneers down to the visiting Eagles of Williams Baptist by a score of 2-0. And it's the top of the order for the Tourists out of Walnut Ridge. Isaac Williams led off the day with a single. Eventually wrapped himself around off of a hit by pitch. And then the 2-run single.
Williams.
So Isaac Williams will start off the inning. Second time through the order for Jackson Imler. Imler kicks and throws to Williams, and that's going to be fouled off the toe. Imler throws, and that one barely missed Williams. It's a ball inside, nearly grazed the front thigh, but instead it's going to be ball one. Emler's 1-1 pitch coming. That's swung on. That one will be fair. Trey Gossett throwing to first, and not in time. Off the bag was Austin Gross. It looked close. I thought he had his foot on the bag, but again, I'm slightly biased, and the umpire showing it was just barely.
Now batting, number 33, Cordova.
Almost wanted to see Austin Gross come up and, show the headphones, indicating he wanted to challenge that, but do not have that equipment here at Pioneer Park. Well, now I've got my phone here recording our game for us. It's not the greatest of angles. Showing bunt, that gets down, and Williams will stay at first. That is ball one to Desmond Cordova. Cordova was hit by a pitch, later stole a base, and then came around to score the second run for the Eagles. Emler eyes the runner at first, showing bunt again was Cordova, but that curved into the zone. So he pulled back, but it will stay in the strike zone. Emler tries the pickoff move at first. Back safely is Williams. Again, a big threat to steal. The reigning American Midwest Conference Player of the Week is Isaac Williams. 11 stolen bases, including 5 against the Pioneers in Game 1 last week. He's on his way to second, but he'll have to turn around as that pitch was fouled off. It's one of those you take a deep breath and you're like, man, I just took off and ran all this way for nothing. So he'll take a deep breath and move his way back to first base as the count goes to 1-2. Desmond Cordova in the batter's box. Isaac Williams at first base. Emler throwing back to first. A good pickoff attempt. Back safely is Williams. Cordova steps in, awaits the 1-2 pitch. Beal sets up outside. A curveball that is in there for strike number 3. Cordova thought it was too far out, but the umpire rang him up. And that will be the first out of the inning. Jackson Emler's, I believe that is his first strikeout of the day. And more importantly, the first out of the inning. Which brings up Nick Allred, first baseman for the Eagles. Pitch to Allred. That is tagged out to deep left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It indeed is gone. So a 2-run homer. First pitch, and that was hit deep out to left field. And Nick Allred went yard and makes it a 4-0 game. So Chipman jumped to try and get it, but it went well over his glove. So it is now a 4-0 ball game. As this will bring up Nicholas Jones. First pitch to Jones is outside for ball 1. Swung on and missed to even the count at 1-1. Kick and throw. That one is hit down the line in right field, but it will drift foul. So 1-2 count. Jackson Emler trying to shake off the 2-run bomb. That curves in, but it goes outside. To even the count at 2-2. Emler will toe the rubber. Eyes the way down. That one's going to curve, but it doesn't break in time, and that will plunk Jones. And so with that, Jones will make his way to first base. Second hit batsman by Emler.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 25, Ladur.
And I believe that is a pinch runner. Trying to check who the number is. I believe it's 14? 25? So the courtesy runner coming in will be number 20. Well, that's Wyatt Ladur. It can't be number 25. He's already in. 44. Is that not Tolar? And the wild pitch allowed the runner to move up to second. I'm trying to get our stat program to reload for me. There it goes. It's starting to load on me. All right, it is not Tolar. Emler looks the runner back at second base. The pitch off the mark, or rather fouled. McCoy is the courtesy runner, who advanced to second on a wild pitch. It is currently a 1-2 count. That one is hit high in the air. Out to right field. Cole Sims is going to haul it in. And easily moving up to third base is McCoy. So now a runner stands at third base. By now 2 gone in the inning. First pitch on the way to Noah Everett is out of the zone for ball 1. Emler, runner 90 feet away. He kicks, he throws. That misses upstairs for ball 2. But a little something extra on that was Jackson Emler, but it misses just inside and up. As Noah Everett fly it out to center field in his first at bat. Emler kicks and offers. That is downstairs, and it's 4 straight pitches to move runners to the corners. Second walk of the inning for
number 16, Campbell.
Well, not of the inning, but second walk issued by Jackson Emler, which brings up Palmer Campbell. Palmer Campbell drew a walk and then was picked off. Runners on first and second. Pickoff attempt, and he is picked off. That's the second pickoff move by the shifty arm of Jackson Emler. Get him out any way that we can, and that will be the second pickoff, and that leaves a runner stranded 90 feet away. The Eagles get 2 runs off of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base, or 1 runner rather left on base. Due up for the Pioneers will be Parker, Wright, and Sims. We move to the bottom of the 3rd. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
but I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
To some, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much, but that's not true. They're testing out vowels and consonants and trying different sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on meaning, especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is Matthew Parker. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
So Ray Ochoa's day is done. It was a solid day on the hill for Ochoa. We'll give you his final statistics here momentarily as Alex O'Brien will enter for the Eagles of Williams Baptist. So Ochoa
Now batting for your Crowley
gives
Ridge
up a lot of
Pioneers,
zeros, no
number
hits,
1, Matt Parker.
no runs, couple of walks, but a good outing for Ochoa. Will not be credited with a win should the Eagles hold on. Did not pitch the prescribed 4 innings, but it was a good start for Ochoa, as this will bring in Alex O'Brien, a right-handed pitcher, as he'll face Matthew Parker. First pitch to Parker is in there for strike 1. Alex O'Brien, a 6-foot-even sophomore out of Marion, Missouri. Working against Matthew Parker, 5'11" freshman out of Dresden, Tennessee, and he'll swing at that and come up short. I believe that was the only defensive change. It's kind of hard to tell from up here. Didn't see any other shifts. Showing submarine there as that's fouled off. O'Brien against Parker, and that one is ripped right up the middle of the diamond, and that'll be the first hit of the ball game for Matthew Parker. First hit of the ball game for the Pioneers, even. So that brings us to the top of the order as Matthew Parker led off the inning with a single up the middle to bring up Bobby Wright. Bobby Wright struck out looking in his first appearance. Bobby Wright works against Alex O'Brien. Matthew Parker takes his lead off of first. Bobby Wright shows bunt. That gets down. Third baseman scoops and throws. And out at first is Bobby Wright, but the sack bunt did its job. So the 5-3 sack bunt
Now batting, number 34,
moves Matthew
Cole
Parker
Sims.
90 feet to second base. Which will bring up Cole Sims. Cole Sims now with a runner in scoring position. First pitch missed downstairs for ball 1. Pitch coming. That one's going to be hit to second base. Second baseman scoops it into the red basket and over to first. So Everett tosses to Allred. But that does move Matthew Parker over to third base.
Number 15.
But that now makes it a second out of the inning. So Trey Gossett now will come to the plate. Runner at third base and Matthew Parker. First pitch, Trey Gossett is in there for strike one. Best chance the Pioneers have had all day. In fact, the first time the Pioneers have had anybody pass first base. The 0-1 pitch to Gossett on its way, and that one's going to be hit right up the middle, and that'll be an RBI single for Trey Gossett. And the Pioneers get on the board right up the middle of the field. And that will extend Trey Gossett's hit streak to 3 games.
Now batting, number 40, Austin Gross.
Which brings up Austin Gross. And the Pioneers will get on the board. Still got a ways to go as they trail the Eagles, but it is now a 4-1 game. First pitch to Austin Gross is a strike. Second pitch is fouled off. So an 0-2 count to Austin Gross. Pioneers played a run in the inning, 2 hits thus far. O'Brien offers to Gross, and that's going to miss outside for ball 1. Trey Gossett with the RBI single put the Pioneers on board after Matthew Parker led off the inning with a hit. Both of them went right back where they came from. O'Brien kicks and throws, and Gross will send that to the backstop. So he will dig back in as his Pioneers trail it 4-1. Pitch coming, and that is fouled off. So the count stays 1-2. Austin Gross battling. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Different look for the Pioneers as Ochoa was pretty much straight up and down, but O'Brien, not quite full submarine, but it is definitely a sidearm action. And that one is going to be hit up the middle, but right to the shortstop, who easily steps on second base. And that will be the final out of the inning. So the Pioneers get 1 run off of 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We move to the top of the 4th inning, Due up for Williams Badgers will be Campbell, Guffey, and Simmons. Crowley's Ridge trails at 4-1. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
Please be done.
over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Trey Gossett. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on Pioneer Digital Network.
3 3 in the books here at the Ridge as the Pioneers played a run in the bottom of the third inning. But the Eagles currently lead it 4-1. Jackson Imler returns to the bump as Palmer Campbell will step up. Campbell drew a walk in his first at bat and was later picked off. One of 2 pickoff victims. Campbell was picked off, and ending the top of the third inning, Noah Everett was picked off. So the left-handed Palmer Campbell comes to the dish. First pitch, curveball that finds its way into the zone for strike 1. Palmer Campbell Campbell. Getting tongue-tied here on a pretty normal name. As Campbell hits that to second, where the easy scoop and the throw from Chipper Lamb gets the first out of the inning.
Batting for the Eagles, number 6.
Which brings up Tyler Guffey. Tyler Guffey lined out to left field in his first appearance. Kick and the throw, a big sweet curve coming in. So Imler getting a lot of turn on those curveballs. And that is in there for strike 1. Next pitch comes in, and that will be out of the zone for ball 1. Imler leans in to try and see the sign from Phoenix Beal. He accepts, he kicks and delivers. Swung on and missed. So 2 runs in the first inning for the Eagles, then 2 runs in the third inning. 4 hits on the day for the Eagles. That pitch comes in, that misses upstairs. Pioneers have 2 hits. Imler kicks and throws, and that is into the rib cage of Tyler Guffey. That will be the 3rd hit batsman.
Now batting, number 21, Simmons.
To bring up Simmons. Pickoff attempt again. Back safely is Guffey. Pitch coming. That misses downstairs. So officially a 1-0 count. One gone. Tyler Guffey stands over at first base. Imler, curveball, and that will hit Blake Simmons. So back-to-back hit batsman. Put runners on first and second.
Now batting, number 2, Williams.
So we'll have a mound visit from Coach Camp, and we'll take the timeout with him. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. That's right. They can help save lives by simply washing their hands. Just 20 seconds of thorough hand washing after they've coughed or sneezed or been outside can help fight against the dastardly spread of germs. Armed with only soap and water and hands, your superhero can protect you, your family, and everyone out there in America land. Amazing! Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
COVID-19 has changed how we live and how we feel. But now there are vaccines, and they are the first step that lets us get back to the things we miss most, like spreading the word without spreading concern, girls tripping instead of solo sipping, and talking smack with a side of mac and cheese. It's okay to have questions about COVID-19 vaccines. Now, get the facts. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when COVID-19 vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
So a pitching change for the Pioneers. Nick Garrett will come in to pitch for the Pioneers in relief, as we will look at the final stat line on Jackson Imler. 3.1 innings of work, 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and 1 homer given up. Faced 18 batters, did Imler. So he will give way to the lefty from Rocket City, Alabama, the Huntsville native Nick Garrett. Left-handed pitcher batting against Isaac Williams. Williams, a pair of singles today. First pitch from Garrett is outside for ball 1. Garrett eyes the runner at second, offers the pitch, and that's going to miss high for ball 2. Ball 3 as that misses upstairs from Nick Garrett. Garrett says it's the baseball's fault and asks for a new one. So Isaac Williams will dig in. Big hole from Nick Garrett, 3-0 count. Garrett accepts the sign from Phoenix Beal. The delivery upstairs and 4 straight pitches start Nick Garrett's day at the on the hill, and that is a walk.
Now batting, number 33, Cordova.
Now Desmond Cordova has a field full of Eagles. Cordova was hit by a pitch in the first inning, then struck out looking in the third, and now finds the bases full. Pitch comes, and misses inside. Pitch from Nick Garrett is hit right past the glove. One's going to come in. The throw to second. And the runner is out. But the run does come in to score.
Now batting, number 8, Allred.
So that makes it 5-1. As Desmond Cordova reached via the fielder's choice. Williams was out on the 4-6 putout. Simmons moved up, as did Guffey coming around to score. brings up Nick Allred. Allred popped one out into left field for a 2-run homer in his last at bat. But 2 outs in the inning for the Pioneers. And picking off at first base and getting back safely. A throw to third, and he is out at third. Well, that one's an interesting play to try and pick. So it was a 1-3, 4-3, 2-5 put out. Actually, that was a 1-3-6-3, 2-5 put out. Well, that one was interesting. Whew. Well, Blake Simmons is out. But 1 run does come around to score. No hits, no errors in the inning, and 1 runner is left on. 2 up for Crowley's Ridge. It's now a 5-1 lead for the Eagles. 2 up, Phoenix Beal, Chipper Lamb, and Zoe Shipman. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is Jackson Emler. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
New pitcher on for the Eagles. Parker Jeffries will enter, replacing Alex O'Brien. O'Brien went 1 inning of work, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, and it was earned. So the first pitch from Parker Jeffries is popped foul. We'll give you Parker Jeffries' rundown. It's a curveball, big swing and a miss from Phoenix Beal. Jeffries is officially 2-0. 4 appearances out of Neelyville, Missouri, as that missed outside for ball 1. 1-2 pitch comes. That's in there for strike 3. Phoenix Beal didn't know it. Not much of a mechanic there from our home plate umpire. Not very emphatic on the strikeout call, but he does call it. And that'll be the first strikeout of the game for Jeffries.
Number 7, Chipper Lamb.
Which will bring up Chipper Lamb. That is in the dirt for ball 1. Jeffries kicks and throws. That misses upstairs for ball 2. So he missed low, and he corrected, but overcorrected as he missed high. Jeffries kicks and throws. That'll be outside. So we've gone down, up, now left, from the pitcher's perspective at least. 3-0 pitch coming. Found the strike zone. Jeffries offers, and that will hit Chipper Lamb, and Lamb will make his way to first base. So with one gone in the inning, Zoe Chipman will make his way to the dish. First pitch, off the mark. For ball one. Next pitch to Zoe Chipman is in there for strike one. So the 1-1 count. The offering to Zoe Chipman has popped in the air, and that will be caught by Desmond Cordova out in right field on the run. A good play from Cordova to be able to haul that in. That will make it 2 down in the inning as Garrett Wilson will step to the plate. Garrett Wilson was struck out in his first appearance. And the wild pitch will allow Chipper Lamb to move to second. That one is lined right over the shortstop's head. Chipper Lamb hustling on his way, and an error out in left field. Chipper Lamb's going to come in to score, and Garrett Wilson's going to make his way to second base on the error. Figure that one out. Chipper Lamb came around to score. That'll be an earned run.
Now batting, number 1.
Garrett Wilson makes his way to second.
Parker.
So that'll be a hit and an error. And it is now 5-2 as Matthew Parker will come up. Pickoff attempt. Ag safely is Garrett Wilson. Pitch coming to Matthew Parker is in there for strike one. One pitch to Parker, and that's going to get away from the catcher. Pass ball from Jones allows Garrett Wilson to move up 90 feet. And it's now a 1-1 count. That pitch missed low. So it is a 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch is low for ball three, and it is now 3-1, or 3-1, I should say. Pioneers got the run to come around to score. 5-2 is the Pioneer deficit now. And that is ball number 4. Put runners on the corners for what could be one of the Pioneers' biggest bats in the lineup.
Bobby.
As that brings up Bobby Wright, but before that, we'll have a mound visit. We'll take the timeout. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Bobby Wright. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Bobby Wright digs in. He has runners on the corners. Matthew Parker stands over at first base. Garrett Wilson at third. First pitch comes in, and that is in there for strike 1. Bobby Wright will look at ball 1 come in to even the count at 1-1. Bobby Wright could very easily tie the game up with one swing of the bat. He's currently 0 for 1 today. Led off the day with a looking strikeout and then sacrificed himself to bunt over Garrett Wilson back in the 3rd inning. The 1-1 pitch on the way to Bobby Wright. Swung on and missed. To make it strike 2. To make it a 1-2 count. Bobby Wright wearing number 13 today. One-two pitch with runners on the corners. Pitch from Jeffries, tagged out to left field. 1 run's going to score, and holding up at second is Matthew Parker. So Bobby Wright has himself an RBI single to left field. And it is now a 5-3 game.
Now batting, number 34, Cole Sims.
Which brings up Cole Sims. First pitch to Sims, missed the mark, and it's ball 1. Make it ball 2 now. That missed low. And that pitch is low. The 3-0 pitch coming from Parker Jeffries. Finds the zone. To make it a 3-1 count. To the right fielder, Cole Sims. 3-1 pitch downstairs, and he'll walk him loaded. To bring up Trey Gossett.
Number 15, Trey Gossett.
Everybody moves up 90 feet. First pitch to Gossett is in there for strike 1. Base is full of Pioneers. Curveball sweeps in there. Trey Gossett furious that looked way outside. Umpire thought that it curved in. Bobby Wright needs to retie his shoe. He is expecting to be trucking around third here momentarily, but Trey Gossett now down in a hole. 0-2. Jeffries kicks, Jeffries throws. That misses up and out. So a 1-2 count upcoming. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Pioneers have plated 2. That one is hit to the pitcher, and the pitcher will throw over to first base. Off the bag. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. 3 runs are going to score. Trey Gossett on his way to third. And the Pioneers have taken the lead. A big error from the pitcher, Jeffries, clears the bases of Pioneers. And just like that, Pioneers have a 6-5 lead. Trying to put all this in. Which now Alston Gross will come to the plate. And that is in the dirt, but Trey Gossett's going to stand at first, or third rather. Ooh, that was a big turn of events. So a 1-1 count to Alston Gross, and Gross will foul that off to make it a 1-2 count. The Eagles thought they had gotten out of the inning. An easy ground ball right to the pitcher. But instead, the pitcher overthrew his first baseman. And the Pioneers score 3 runs to take a lead. And now Alston Gross has a 2-2 count, and he'll hit that one right to the third baseman. But the damage is done by the Pioneers, who played 5 runs off of 2 hits, 2 errors in the inning, and 1 Pioneer is left on base. So the Pioneers take now a 6-5 lead as we move to the top of the 5th inning. Due up for the Eagles, Allred, Jones, and Ledure. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Cole Sims. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on Pioneer Digital Network.
Yeah, buddy.
First pitch from Nick Garrett to Nick
Now batting,
Allred
number 1,
is
Jones.
just a can of corn that found its way out into right field. And so 1 pitch and 1 runner on. Swing and a miss from Nick Jones. So a big bottom of the 4th inning puts the Pioneers on top 6-5. A game 1 scheduled to go 7 innings, and that is in the zone for a called strike 2. Nick Jones takes a long look in, or Nick Garrett. Got a lot of Nicks on the field right now. Nick Jones at the plate, Nick Allred at first, and Nick Garrett on the hill. Oh, 2 pitch from Garrett will be upstairs. Ball number 1. 1-2 pitch upcoming. Garrett offers. That one's going to be hit up the middle. Bobby Wright's going to take it to second. The throw to first is not in time, but a good throw just in the dirt a bit.
Now batting.
So Jones will reach on the fielder's choice, and Allred is out with a 6-4 putout. And McCoy will head back to run for his catcher. Wyatt Ledure is at the dish. Runner on first. Pitch coming, check swing, missed upstairs. Garrett throws to first. Not much of a deceptive move. He threw it over to first to make sure McCoy stayed put. Nick Garrett, the junior out of Huntsville, Alabama, toes the third base side of the rubber, steps off, fakes the throw. Make sure McCoy stays put. And the offering, changeup, fooled him. Swinging and missing was Wyatt Ledure. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Pitch coming, and that one is touched foul. Looks like Kyle Russell is stirring in the Pioneer pen. Throwing some warm-up pitches. Nobody in Williams Baptist's bullpen. That missed upstairs. So it's a 2-2 count, 1 gone in the inning. Pioneers hold a 1-run lead, 6-5. We're in the top of the 5th inning. That will be poked foul. Two-two count from Garrett to Ledure. That one is lined out to left field, so Chipman will easily haul that in. And that will be the second out of the inning.
Now batting, number 10, Everett.
To bring up Noah Everett. Noah Everett. Flied out to center field and then walked. Big time choking up is Everett. Got about 2 inches worth of bat between the handle and his lower hand. So just hitting for contact is Everett, or rather trying to hit for contact, I should say, and he does just that. It goes to Garrett. Garrett over to first. The play was closer than it probably should have been, but it is indeed the third and final out of the inning. The 1-3 put out sends the Pioneers to the plate. No runs off of one hit, no errors, and one Eagle was left on base. Due up for the Pioneers will be Phoenix Beal, Chipper Lamb, and Zoe Chipman. Crowley's Ridge leads at 6-5, going to the bottom of the fifth. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Garrett Wilson. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on Pioneer Digital Network.
And welcome back to the bottom of the fifth inning. Cole Manning on to pitch for the Eagles.
Now batting, number 4, Phoenix Beal.
So Cole Manning will be the new pitcher. First pitch, Phoenix Beal is in there for strike one. Next pitch coming in, missed outside. 1-1 count. And that is downstairs. Cole Manning on in relief of Jeffries. That is in there, called strike 2. The Eagles started with Ochoa. O'Brien picked things up in the third inning. Then it was Jeffries in the fourth, and now Manning is in the fifth, down for ball 3. Pitch comes, and that is inside, ball number 4. Phoenix Beal will make his way to first base. And I would imagine we're going to have a courtesy runner coming in, and it is indeed Noah Overshine. Well run for his catcher, as Chipper Lamb will come in.
Courtesy runner for the Pioneers, number 46, Noah Overshine.
Phoenix Beal leads off the inning with a walk. Chipper Lamb will come to the dish. Lamb shows bunt, beautifully laid down. And the throw to first is nowhere close. That's going out towards the outfield. Noah Overshine on his way to third. He's getting the circle to come home. And for the second straight time, the Eagles pitcher threw the ball away to allow a run to score. So Chipper Lamb laid down the sack bunt, but is safe at first. Oof.
Now batting.
How am I going to score
number
this?
16, Zoe Chipman.
E1 sack bunt. Plus, then plus E, then plus E. And Chipper Lamb stands at second base after that error. So a couple of big errors. All right. Looking at the pitch, it's now a 1-2 count. Pioneers lead it 7. And so, sorry, I'm trying to get the stats all up to date. Plus.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 21, Garrett Wilson.
In the meantime, so Chipman grounded out. So the first baseman took it by himself, but in the meantime, Chipper Lamb moves up to third. So one down in the inning. Garrett Wilson at the plate, and he will look at ball 2. The next pitch missed outside for ball 3. So it's been an interesting game for the Eagles pitching staff. It's not necessarily their pitching that's been the problem. It's been a pair of overthrows that have led to directly so far, 5 runs. The Pioneers 7. And that will hit Garrett Wilson.
Now batting, number 1, Matt Parker.
So that'll put up Matt Parker. First pitch coming in to Matthew Parker as they called strike. Pickoff attempt, back safely is Wilson. Pitch to Matthew Parker, and that will hit him. Back-to-back hit batsman, and that will load up the bases for Bobby
13,
Wright,
Bobby
Jr.
Wright.
Bobby Wright has the bases loaded. And a quick pitching change, or rather a pitching timeout, and we'll take it with him. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
you go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace, learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. Now you're queen of your castle. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you'll feel empowered to own your retirement like you own your home. Go to aceyourretirement.org. Because when it comes to clearing financial hurdles, you're an ace. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance, reminding you that when you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
The possibility of lung cancer.
Right. So Bobby Wright will come to the plate for the Pioneers. Cole Manning and Blake Simmons will swap places. So Simmons was the third baseman, is now pitching. And we are assuming that Cole Manning, that's going to be a wild pitch, and a run's going to come in to score. So everybody moves up 90 feet on the wild pitch. And it is now an 8-5 lead for the Pioneers. So the first pitch from Blake Simmons is wild. Next pitch is in there for a called strike. It has been a strange game of baseball. Pitch coming, that one's going to be hit. That is a right to the third baseman. Third baseman couldn't handle it. It was hit too hard, so we'll give Bobby Wright the single to third and an RBI as Garrett Wilson's going to come in to score.
Now batting, number 34, Cole Sims.
Which will bring up Cole Sims. Fifth hit of the day for the Pioneers as they now lead at 9-5. This is one of those fun, had a lot of errors in the inning, but we still have runs coming around to score. Which ones are earned, which ones are not? Anybody want my job? A 0-1 count to Cole Sims. He shows bunt, pulls it back in time for it to be called a ball. Next pitch comes in, and that is a ball down. So I think once Chipper Lamb came around to score, that was the last unearned run. So Garrett Wilson's run was earned. Matthew Parker standing at second. That is a gapper right between the third baseman and the shortstop, and holding up is Matthew Parker. A good throw from the left fielder. Keeps him standing at third base. And now the bases will be loaded once again after the single to bring up Trey Gossett. Gossett had a, well, we're calling it a big hit. It was a 3-run, reached on an error, and ended up on third base for Trey Gossett. First pitch, misses low. Next pitch to Gossett is in there for a called strike one. So a 1-1 count. Pioneers have plated 3 runs in the inning. The Eagles took a 2-run lead in the first, 2-run homer in the third. But the last 3, that goes over the head of Gossett. But that is a ball. It got away from Jones behind the plate, but knowing that Pioneers needed the runs, didn't want to risk that. And so Matthew Parker stayed put at third. It is a 2-1 count from Sam Philly. Check swing. It is a ball. So a 3-1 count, nowhere to put him. And that is ball number 4. And he will walk in a run. Does Blake Simmons. To bring up Austin Gross.
Now batting, number 40, Austin Gross.
A 10-5 lead for the Pioneers. Bases are full. First pitch to Austin Gross is in there for a called strike one. Pioneers have had 10 runs off of 6 hits, no errors. Williams Baptist 5 runs off of 5 hits and 3 errors. And that is a wild pitch, and Bobby Wright's going to come in to score. Everybody moves up 90 feet on the wild pitch. Now it is an 11-5 lead. Pitch to Austin Gross. That was going to be hit to the shortstop, taking it on the hop, but a good throw to get Austin Gross at first, but the run does come in to score. Trey Gossett stays put.
Now batting, number 4, Phoenix Beal.
So Phoenix Beal with a 12-5 lead. Has Noah Overshine standing at second. Correction, that's Trey Gossett standing at second. I have to change Noah Overshine to Phoenix Beal as the Pioneers have batted around. First pitch to Phoenix Beal is a ball. As a called strike. Next pitch comes in. That will make it. Looked like it was high, but it was in there at the letters for strike 2. One-two pitch on the way. And that is another wild pitch. And taking third is Trey Gossett on the wild pitch. So the count is 2-2. Is fouled off, and it will stay 2-2. Good stop from Jones behind the plate as the count runs full. Pioneers have batted around to plate 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 gone in the inning. Pitch comes, upstairs, ball 4.
Now batting, number 7, Chipper Lamb.
To bring up Chipper Lamb. And Phoenix Beal will be replaced once again by his courtesy runner, Noah Overshine. Blake Simmons on the hill for the Williams Baptist Eagles. Pitch coming, check swing, but it's a called strike 1. Up and tossing is Brady Stearns, Greene County Tech alumnus. That one is hit, and that one is fouled off. So an 0-2 count. Next pitch is upstairs for a ball. So a 1-2 count on the way. Swung on and missed, and that will be the third strike of the inning, or third strike of the at-bat. But the Pioneers get 6 runs off of just 2 hits and 1 error. 2 runners left on base. We'll move to the top of the 6th inning. Due up for Williams Baptist, Campbell, Guffey, and Simmons. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is Vance Lucas. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And we welcome you back to the top of the 6th inning. And Palmer
Now
Campbell
batting, number 16,
will lead
Campbell.
things off for the Eagles. Palmer Campbell walked back in the 2nd inning and then grounded out to second base. So the lefty will face the lefty. Nick Garrett still on the bump for the Pioneers. First pitch from Garrett comes in, curves in quite literally, and it's looking strike 1. Pioneers currently lead at 12-5. 5-run 4th inning, 6-run 5th inning. And that will hit Campbell. Which will bring up Guffey.
Now batting, number 6, Guffey.
Tyler Guffey will come to the plate. Guffey was hit by a pitch earlier. A lot of hit by pitches in this game. That is in there for looking strike 1. Kicks and throws. Curveball doesn't break quite enough as it stays too high for ball 1. The count will even at 1-1. Runner standing over there at first base, trading a bruise for a base after being hit by the pitch. Garrett kicks and offers. And that just missed outside. Phoenix Beal hesitated throwing it back, thought that was a strike. And Garrett just says, "Give me the ball back." As it's a 2-1 count. Garrett offers. That's going to be fouled off to even the count at 2-2. Nick Garrett takes a long look in at Phoenix Beal behind the plate. Looks the runner at first, and he will throw the runner at first. It's been a good day for that for the Pioneers. So far, 3 different pickoffs for Crowley's Ridge. It is currently a 2-2 count. to Guffey, make it a 3-2 count after that missed high and out. In the on-deck circle is Blake Simmons, coming on in relief. Pitch on the way. It is hit out to deep center field. Garrett Wilson will camp underneath it, and he can't camp underneath it. It went over his head on his way to second with a double. So a double to deep center field will move Palmer Campbell to third.
Now batting, 21, Simmons.
After the hit, which will bring up Simmons. Nick Garrett now has runners on second and third with nobody gone. Pitch comes, missed high. Both teams with 6 hits thus far. The Pioneers have cashed in for 12 runs off of those 6 hits. The Eagles with 5 runs. Garrett pitches. That one's poked out to center field. Garrett Wilson will haul that in, and the runners will move up 90 feet. So the sacrifice fly does its job, and the Eagles get their 6th run of the day.
Now batting, number 2, Williams.
Which will round to the top of the order. It's Isaac Williams, again reigning AMC Baseball Player of the Week. First pitch comes in, and it finds the zone for strike 1. Nick Garrett will toss, showing bunt, but it will roll foul. So try to put the squeeze on, but couldn't do so, as it's going to roll foul. Would have been the safety squeeze, is over at third base. Runner Campbell, or Guffey rather, was not on the move. 0-2 pitch, missed outside, and it'll be a ball to make it a 1-2 count. 1 down in the inning. 1 run has crossed. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Game number 1 of our double dip. That will just miss low and out to make it a 2-2 count. Coming up on the 2-hour mark of our game today. That's a ball downstairs. Not quite the 3-hour and 15-minute 7-inning game we had against Lane earlier this year. Garrett settles in for the payoff pitch. On its way, fouled off. We'll try it again. So our scoreboard out in right field reads 3-2-1. And that will be hit to shallow center field. Garrett Wilson is hustling. He cannot bring it in, and a weird bounce. But nothing to that weird bounce, as Isaac Williams thought about moving up to second, but he will stay put at first. So a pair of runs, and Coach Camp's going to go out and talk to his reliever. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys! I love this song! I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This is Jack Henry Glasgow. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Jack Henry Glasgow comes in for the Pioneers as he has a runner on first base. First pitch from the Paragould native is fouled off. Jack Henry Glasgow, officially a homeschooler, but played his prep ball for the Rams of Paragould High School. So it is 0-1 count from Glasgow to Desmond Cordova. Pioneers lead it 12-7, and a pickoff attempt. Williams on his way to second. It goes from 1 to 3 to 6, or rather that's 4 to 1 to 6, and he makes it safely. Just under the glove of Bobby Wright. Had him dead to rights, but he managed to get the stolen base. I was trying to keep track of all of whoever touched the ball to be sure to make sure everybody gets an assist on it. And meanwhile, Isaac Williams ducked under Bobby Wright's tag, and all that erased with just an SB. So now runner stands at second base. 0-1 count. Glasgow kicks and offers, and that will hit Cordova. Again, it has been a hit-by-pitch kind of day.
Now batting.
Which is not the best. I mean, it's not quite as cold as it has been, but, I mean, you're never going to want to be hit by a pitch. But as Nick Allred will dig in, runners on first and second. Pioneers with a 12-7 lead. Bit of trouble here in the top of the sixth. Pitch is fouled off. Jack Henry Glasgow, the third pitcher for the Pioneers. Jackson Emler started. Nick Garrett came on in relief. Double steal on the way to throw to third, and safely to third. All the runners move up 90 feet. Pitch coming, and that one's laced out to left field, but right to Zoe Chipman. The throw to the plate is going to be cut off by Trey Gossett. And the sac fly will do its job. Cordova stays put at second base, but Isaac Williams,
number 1, Jones,
makes his way home, and it is a 2-out top of the second. But it is now 8-12 in favor of the Pioneers. Nicholas Jones, the catcher for the Eagles, digs in. First pitch comes, and that is a called strike one. Jack Henry Glasgow throws the pitch, but that one is hit back to Walnut Ridge. Woo, Nick Jones just popped that one. I mean, no doubter on that. Out to deep left field. Second two-run homer of the day for the Eagles. And just like that, the Eagles are back within two. And we will have a pinch hitter as Hudson will come on to hit, as the designated hitter had been removed in favor of the pitcher. So now Jake Hudson is the batter. First pitch to Hudson is a looking strike one. Next pitch to Hudson, fastball that missed inside. So a couple of crooked number innings. Pioneers with 5 in the fourth, 6 in the fifth. And now the Eagles have struck back with a 5-run sixth inning. That's in there for looking strike two. Glasgow kicks and delivers. Just missed at the shins. Two-two count to Jake Hudson. Hudson, a 6'2" sophomore out of Salem, Arkansas. That pitch swung on and missed, and it is strike number 3. However, the Eagles do a lot of damage. 5 runs off of 3 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning, due up for the Pioneers. Zoe Chipman, Garrett Wilson, and Matthew Parker. Pioneers lead it 12-10. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network. All right. Couple of changes. 21 is back at third. Who's that? 13 is at first. Lots of changes. Oh, you're hearing me.
What is dedication?
I am the father of a 9-year-old little girl and a 6-year-old little boy, and I find fatherhood both relentlessly challenging and relentlessly rewarding. My daughter is biological and my son is adopted. I love them both so much. From the morning when you wake up to putting them to bed at night and every moment in between, it really is so special, and boy, is it exhausting. One thing that I fear about being a parent is the future for my children. I think a parent's job is to protect our children, but also prepare them for the world so they become good, kind human beings. But I'm also hopeful that the future holds a more inclusive and compassionate world for them.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the
This is Austin Gross. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Couple of defensive changes for the Eagles. Ben Simmons moves from first base back to from pitcher back to third base. Caleb Privet will now make his way to first base. And on to pitch, Ben Stearns. First pitch from Stearns to Zoe Chipman is a called strike one. Next pitch missed, low and out. A pitch is hit up the middle. Shortstop will take it. The throw to first is in time. And Zoe Chipman grounds out. To bring up Garrett Wilson.
Now batting, number 21.
Pioneers trying to put up
Garrett
some insurance
Wilson.
runs. Pitch from Stearns showing bunt, but the fastball was a little too fast, and that just kind of squirted down first base line. Pioneers lead 12-10. Garrett Wilson at the plate. And is in there for a called strike 2. And that is outside, but it is called strike 3. And Garrett Wilson can't believe it. But it is strike number 3, nevertheless.
Now batting, number 1, Matthew Parker.
To bring up Matthew Parker. Matthew Parker officially 1 for 1 today. Couple of walks, hit by a pitch, couple of runs. Kick and throw from Stearns. Outside for ball 1. Kicks and throws, another fastball that is outside. The 2-0 pitch is on its way, and that is in there. Boy, Stearns can really zip it in there. Diet full of fastballs. That's on its way, and that's going to roll outside for ball 3. Brady Stearns coming into the day. Pitch and the throw. Missed outside, and it'll be ball number 4.
Now
To
batting,
bring up Bobby Wright.
number 13, Bobby Wright.
Bobby Wright's 2 for 3 today.
Made it through the struggle.
Bobby Wright 2 for 3. Pair of hits, pair of ribbies. First pitch, little slider that missed upstairs. Brady Stearns, 6'2" sophomore out of Paragould. Played his prep years at Greene County Tech. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Stearns kicks and throws. Bobby Wright steps aside. I believe he called time just in time. So I've got a 1-1 count. Brady Stearns will kick and throw, and that'll be fouled off. Giving chase was Jones, but he'll let it go. Bottom of the 6th inning, Pioneers trying to put some runs on the board, get some insurance. Bobby Wright, eyes down Stearns. Stearns looks over at first base. Matthew Parker. Stearns kicks and throws in the dirt for ball 2. Bottom of the 6th inning, Pioneers have scored 12 runs off of 6 hits. Eagles 10 runs off of 8 hits. 3 errors on the day for the guests. Pitch and the throw is high for ball 3, and Bobby Wright has battled back, and the count is full. So the payoff pitch from Stearns, with Matthew Parker standing over at first base. Delivery hit up the middle. Is it shallow enough? No, it's going to be coughed up by the shortstop. So an E6 allows Bobby Wright to make it to first.
Now batting, number 34.
So the 4th inning of the game by the Eagles on what would have been the final out of the inning. Stearns' first pitch to Cole Sims is low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Stearns, showing bunt is Cole Sims. Sims hustling over to first. The throw from Stearns is in time. And the 1-3 put out ends the threat for the Pioneers. So Crowley's Ridge gets no runs, no hits, 1 error, and a 2 left on. Due up at least for the Eagles. And their final half inning scheduled is Everett, Campbell, and Guffey. Pioneers lead moving to the top of the 7th, 12-10. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. They can help save lives by not having play dates. That's right. By replacing get-togethers with virtual play dates and video chats, they can help slow the evil spread of germs. And if your superheroes do go outside, make sure they continue their superhero wing by staying 6 feet away from others to protect everyone in America land. Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Chipper Lamb. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And we welcome you back to Pioneer Park as Crowley's Ridge College heads to the top of the 7th inning, and they will call on Chipper Lamb to try and close the door on the Eagles. Chipper Lamb, I believe this is one of his first appearances this season check. Yes, it is indeed his first appearance in the 2022 season. Called on in the save situation. As taking his place out at second base will be Chance Arender. And leading off for the Eagles will be Noah Everett.
Now batting, number 10, Everett.
First pitch is in there for a called strike one. No, Everett 0 for 2 with a walk today. Pitch comes inside. Over to third base. Trey Gossett heaves it first. And one down in the inning. So the ground out gets the first out of the inning for the Pioneers to bring up Palmer Campbell.
16, Campbell.
Palmer Campbell, 1 for 1 with a walk. And was hit. So a lefty against Chipper Lamb. First pitch on the way, and that was going to be hit to Austin Gross. Gross couldn't handle it at first, but he calls off Chipper Lamb and says, I'll take this myself. And quickly, down to their final out are the Eagles. Top of the 7th inning, and it will be
number 6,
Guffey.
Guffey.
Tyler Guffey, 1 for 2 today with a pair of runs. A lot of runs scored today. Chipper Lamb with one more out to go. First pitch is in there, strike number 1. Pitch on the way. That one's popped in the air. Will it stay in play? Yes, Phoenix Beal catches it behind the dish, and that is your ball game. Crowley's Ridge will defeat the Eagles of Williams Baptist by a final score of 12 to 10. So again, the telling of the final score, Crowley's Ridge 12, Williams Baptist 10. We're going to take a timeout. On the other side, we'll give you the post-game stats and get you set for game 2. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. That's right. They can help save lives by simply washing their hands. Just 20 seconds of thorough hand washing after they've coughed or sneezed or been outside can help fight against the dastardly spread of germs. Armed with only soap and water and hands, your superhero can protect you, your family, and everyone out there in America land. Amazing! Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
Please be done.
over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I think it's just vapor.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
This is Corbett Seib. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And we welcome you back for the final time of game number 1 of our contest. Crowley's Ridge College takes a 12-6 victory over the Eagles of Williams Baptist. Crowley's Ridge improves to 4-5. The Eagles will fall to 6-6. Our game lasted 2 hours and 23 minutes. Getting the victory, Nick Garrett now 1-0 on the year. Parker Jeffries picking up the loss, 2-1. And Chipper Lamb earned his first save of the year. Williams went 3 for 3 for the Eagles. Also getting some hits, Jones and Guffey for Crowley's Ridge College. The big day, Bobby Wright was 2 for 4 on his afternoon as the Pioneers will get the victory. Final line score, Williams Baptist 10 runs off of 8 hits. 4 errors in the inning in the game for the Eagles. Pioneers 12 runs off of 6 hits and no errors. We're going to take our time out. On the other side, if you're watching, we will have a new stream pull up for game number 2. And those on the listening will have an interlude. And we'll be back in time for game number 2. Crowley's Ridge takes game 1. This is Crowley's Ridge Baseball on the Pioneer Digital Network.